Syllables and affixes, sort 22, is concerning long O patterns. We're looking at whether the long O is in the first syllable, the long O is in the second syllable, or if it's an oddball word. The first word is explode. Explode would go in the second syllable column because the long O says its name in the second syllable. Hostess. That's the long O in the first syllable. Suppose. The long O sound is in the second syllable. Lonely. The first syllable has the long O, so it'll go in this column. Compose. While this has an O in it, it doesn't say its name, the long O sound, until the second syllable, so it'll go in this column. Owner. Owner has a long O in the first syllable. Bureau. Bureau has a long O sound in the second syllable. Uh-oh, but there's no O, so it should go in the oddball column. While it does have the long O sound in the second syllable, it is not spelled with an O. Lower. Lower has a long O sound in the first syllable. Decode. Decode has the long O sound in the second syllable. Lonesome. The long O sound is in the first syllable, and while this has a long O, has an O with a silent E at the end, it does not have a long O sound. So it'll go in the first syllable. Europe. Europe doesn't have a long O sound at all, so it'll go in the oddball column. Remote. Remote has a long O sound in the second syllable. Loafer. Loafer has a long O sound in the first syllable. Alone. Alone says the O has a long O sound and it says its name in the second syllable. Closely. Closely says the long O sound in the first syllable. Europe. Europe doesn't have a long O sound, even though it has an O and a silent E. It does not have the long O sound. Soapy. Soapy has a long O sound in the first syllable. Approach. Approach has a long O sound in the second syllable. Poster has a long O sound in the first syllable. Awoke. Awoke has a long O sound in the second syllable. Postage. Postage has a long O sound in the first syllable. Erode. Erode has a long O sound in the second syllable. Now it's your turn to sort. Explode. The pillow could explode if we punch it too hard. Good job, it's in the second syllable. Hostess. The hostess is the person having a party. Hostess. Great job, it's in the first syllable. Suppose. I suppose we could all go. Suppose. Good job, it goes in the second syllable. Lonely. It would be really lonely. Goes in the first syllable. Compose. He will compose a symphony. Nice job, in the second syllable. Owner. She is the owner of a cat. Great job, it's in the first syllable. Bureau. A bureau is like a cabinet. Great job. It goes in the oddball column. Lower. Please lower the pillow to the floor. Great job. It goes in the first syllable. Decode. When you are having trouble with a word, use this strategy to decode the word. Nice job. It goes in the second syllable. Lonesome. It would be very lonesome without my cat. Lonesome. Good job. First syllable. Europe. A trip to Europe would be fabulous. Good job. Way to remember it goes in the oddball column. Let's do some more. Remote. We use the remote when we're watching TV. Nice job. It goes in the second syllable. Loafer. A loafer is like a shoe without laces. Loafer. Nice job. First syllable. Alone. We would be all alone if we didn't have each other in the classroom. Nice job. Second syllable. Closely. We would be sitting closely if we all tried to pile onto the carpet. Nice job. First syllable. Europe. A trip to Europe would be fabulous. Nice job for remembering. It goes in the oddball column. Soapy. We have to get our hands very soapy and then rinse it with water. Nice job. First syllable. Approach. We will approach the stray cat cautiously. Approach. Nice job. Second syllable. Poster. My favorite poster is of a football player. Poster. Nice job. First syllable. Awoke. He awoke with a start, ready to go for the day. Nice job. Second syllable. Postage. Make sure to put postage on the letter before you try to mail it. Great job. First syllable. Erode. The creek bed will erode with too much rain. Nice job. Second syllable.